I'm at the top of my game. I'm right up there with the big dogs.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 21 best animated movies of each year.
You just sit there, be all magical and awesome.
Oh, cracking job, Gromit. Hang on, old chum.
I tip my hat to one legend to another.
For this list, we're singling out the best animated feature of every year from 2000 to 2020. What's your favorite animated movie of the past 21 years? Let us know in the comments. 2000, Chicken Run. At the dawn of the 21st century, the Mouse House produced a couple of cult hits like The Emperor's New Groove. However, movies like Chicken Run proved that feature animation wasn't just Disney's racket anymore.
No moments like this, mate. It's what makes the job all worthwhile.
Distributed internationally by DreamWorks, this excellent comedy served as a showcase for the stop-motion masters at Aardman Animations. With their first feature, directors Nick Park and Peter Lord produced a film that was as witty as the Wallace and Gromit shorts and as thrilling as The Great Escape. From a technical standpoint, the film took stop-motion animation to new heights, going above and beyond what many thought possible. The chickens themselves are extremely empathetic heroes, so you might reconsider picking up a pot pie for dinner.
Finally, something we agree on.
2001, Spirited Away. The introduction of the Best Animated Feature Oscar in 2001 made it a landmark year for animation. Shrek triumphed over Monsters, Inc. to win the first award.
I can't believe it.
Oh, Mike.
The next recipient was Spirited Away, which was released a year earlier in Japan before reaching the States. Hayao Miyazaki's masterpiece became the first Japanese animated film to take home an Academy Award, for good reason. Spirited Away overflows with distinctive characters, breathtaking backgrounds, and rich artistry.
Oh, you want to come with us? He'd like to come too, please.
It's hard to believe one film could encompass so much magic. For many Westerners, Spirited Away was their gateway into the endlessly creative world of Studio Ghibli. It's not only considered Miyazaki's best film and one of the best animated features ever, but it's also been ranked among the century's best movies overall.
What's going on?
Something you wouldn't recognize. It's called love.
2002, Lilo and Stitch. 2002 saw the release of two notable Disney animated films. Although it took a while for Treasure Planet to accumulate the following it deserved, Lilo and Stitch was an immediate hit with critics and audiences. Chris Sanders and Dean DeBlois took a risk by putting the film in a modern Hawaiian setting. Luckily, the story still had the timeless appeal that the company is known for. Lilo and Stitch told a touching story about a girl and her pet alien and the bonds of family.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody
gets left behind
or forgotten.
The sisterly relationship between Lilo and Nanny is a surprisingly authentic one. Meanwhile, Stitch would go on to become one of the decade's most recognizable animated characters.
Aloha!
You're vile, you're foul, you're flawed!
Oh, so cute and fluffy!
He easily stands alongside popular creatures like Scrat the saber-toothed squirrel from Ice Age. 2003, Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo earned Pixar their first Best Animated Feature Academy Award by beating out Brother Bear and the Triplets of Belleville. Andrew Stanton's film was also a winner at the box office, becoming the highest-grossing animated film at the time. In a year that brought us a tidal wave of sequels, Nemo stood out as a brilliantly told original story about a clownfish's seemingly futile mission to rescue his lost son.
I am miles from home with a fish that can't even remember her own name.
Boy, but that's frustrating.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my son is out there.
Your son Chico?
Nemo.
Right, got it.
Water is one of the hardest things to get right in computer animation. You can feel every ounce of sweat Pixar put into generating each wave, bubble, and infinitesimal speck.
Righteous! Righteous! Yeah!
While the underwater backgrounds and effects are still beyond impressive, it was the film's comedy, wonder, and heart that made it an instant classic.
Thank you, sir!
Wow, I wish I could speak whale.
2004, The Incredibles. Shrek 2 may have topped Finding Nemo's box office record, but Pixar won another Oscar with The Incredibles.
Settle down, are you kidding? I'm at the top of my game. I'm right up there with the big dogs.
Although we had seen superhero satires in families before, few were on par with the Pars. It shouldn't come as a surprise that writer-director Brad Bird was a creative consultant for The Simpsons. This film possesses a similar fast-paced wit and a strong understanding of family dynamics.
I need you to intervene!
You want me to intervene? Okay, I'm intervening. I'm intervening!
Sister Violet, let go of your brother!
Like Bird's debut feature, The Iron Giant, The Incredibles is a splendid blend of humor, action, and emotion.
I'm going in.
Well, what? I watch helplessly from the sidelines? I don't think so.
I'm asking you to wait with the kids.
And I'm telling you, not a chance. You're my husband, I'm with you. For better or worse.
I have to do this alone.
It was another example of how sophisticated feature animation had become. While The Incredibles shone with dialogue tailored towards adults, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie also reminded goofy goobers everywhere that there was nothing wrong with being a kid that year. 2005, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Although Wallace and Gromit had already starred in 3 beloved shorts, could the duo carry a full-length production? The universal acclaim Curse of the Were-Rabbit attracted should answer your question.
Oh, cracking job, Gromit. Hang on, old chum.
While the film possessed the clever visual gags and dialogue we'd come to expect from Aardman, directors Nick Park and Steve Box stepped up their game to make this world feel more cinematic than ever before. They were not afraid to experiment with different tones either, drawing inspiration from Hammer horror films and other classics of the monster genre.
What the dickens?
Naturally, the movie has more in common with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. This mix of sharp comedy and, as the filmmakers described it, vegetarian horror scored Park his 4th Academy Award.
What kind of bullet?
A bullet of pure gold.
Gold?
Yes. 24 carat.
2006, Paprika. While the Oscar-winning Happy Feet delighted audiences of all ages, 2006 was an especially strong year for animation exclusively aimed at adults. The rotoscoped adaptation of A Scanner Darkly was great, but Paprika was easily the most mind-blowing film.
Are you planning to take over the whole world of dreams?
I am merely protecting them, for I am the only true guardian of all dreams.
This Japanese psychological thriller marked the 4th and sadly final feature from director Satoshi Kon, who passed away 4 years later. Like Kon's Perfect Blue and Millennium Actress, Paprika plays with reality in thought-provoking ways.
There are no boundaries in dreams, no restrictions from one's own physical body. You have entered a new world where the spirit is free and that freedom is limitless, even for someone like me!
With a plot involving a machine that can take people inside dreams, Paprika showcases some of the most awe-inspiring imagery ever put on screen.
What is all this? Is this inside my head? Paprika!
All the dreams are starting to merge into just one.
Just as anything is possible in dreams, the same can be said about animation, making it the ideal medium to tell this surreal story. 2007, Persepolis. Persepolis could also be described as an example of adult animation, but it's a coming-of-age story above all else. Based on Marjane Satrapi's graphic novel, Persepolis is a universal tale.
I loved eating french fries with ketchup. Bruce Lee was my idol. I wore Adidas sneakers and had 2 major obsessions: being able to shave my legs one day and becoming the last prophet in the galaxy.
Even so, the film will especially resonate with those who grew up during the Iranian Revolution. The narrative follows Marjane, or Margie, from her early days in Tehran to her adulthood in Europe. The film remains mostly faithful to the aesthetic of its source material, with Margie's upbringing being draped in black and white. By taking this simplistic yet stylish approach, the animators are able to emphasize every emotion our protagonist experiences. Aside from capturing its source material's look, the themes of identity and feminism that made Satrapi's story so special are perfectly portrayed on screen.
Fear is what lulls our mind to sleep and makes us lose our conscience. Fear is also what turns us into cowards. But what you did took courage. I'm so proud of you.
2008, WALL-E. In 2008, Kung Fu Panda won the most Annie Awards, and Waltz with Bashir became the first animated film to receive an Oscar nomination for Best Foreign Language Film. But when it came to pushing the boundaries of animation, WALL-E went to infinity and beyond. Yeah, we know, different Pixar movie. Nevertheless, there's a reason why film critic A.O. Scott declared WALL-E breaks new ground. WALL-E took full advantage of the medium, with a practically dialogue-free beginning that relied on sound design, music, and emotive characters to tell the story. While the second half is more exposition-heavy, characters still speak in a timeless manner while touching upon timely themes.
I can't just sit here and do nothing. That's all I've ever done. That's all anyone on this blasted ship has ever done. Nothing!
On the axiom, you will survive.
I don't want to survive! I want to live!
The film's portrayal of the future is eerily more relevant today than it was in 2008. 2009, Up. Even in a year that gave us the creepy Coraline and the energetic Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, there's no denying that Up was 2009's greatest animated achievement.
Yes, Alpha! Alpha? I am not Alpha, he is... Oh!
Not only did it win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, but Up became the first animated film since Beauty and the Beast to be nominated for Best Picture. The opening sequence alone is a tour de force of animation and music, which helped secure Michael Giacchino score an Oscar. From there, Up juggles many elements you wouldn't expect to complement one another. A giant bird, talking dogs, flying planes, and a house carried by balloons, for instance. Against all the odds, Pixar ties all of these fantastical elements together in hilarious, meaningful, and tear-jerking ways.
Ready?
Ready!
2010, Toy Story 3. As well as giving us the slick animation of a cat in Paris, 2010 was a launching point for several prominent animated franchises, such as How to Train Your Dragon and Despicable Me. But few franchises have the staying power of Toy Story. Coming out 11 years after the second film, Toy Story 3 appropriately grew up with its audience, as our plastic protagonists and Andy find themselves at a major turning point.
This is no time to be hysterical.
It's the perfect time to be hysterical.
Should we be hysterical? Now!
Yes!
Maybe, but not right now.
With college on the horizon, will Andy hold on to his old playthings, or will they all start a new chapter?
Well, whatever happens, at least we'll all be together. For infinity and beyond.
Our journey to the film's heartfelt resolution hits all the right notes. It's hilarious, thrilling, and in one particular scene, downright unsettling. While more Toy Story projects would follow, this Best Picture winner was the perfect way to cap off the end of an era.
So long, partner. Oh, hey, Buzz! You haven't even bought these toys yet. Come here, you're gonna...
2011, Rango. In a year heavy on franchises like Cars 2 and Puss in Boots, the Nickelodeon Movies production Rango was a creative breath of fresh air.
You're funny looking.
Well, you're funny looking too.
That's a funny looking shirt.
It's a funny looking dress.
You got funny looking eyes.
You got a funny looking face.
You're a stranger. Strangers don't last long here.
The film follows a pet chameleon stranded in the Mojave Desert. When he finds himself named the new sheriff of the local town, both Rango and the audience are swept along on a ride straight out of a classic Hollywood Western, complete with bank robbers, posse gangs, and a dramatic face-off at high noon. With With its distinctive animation style and stacked vocal cast, Rango charmed audiences and critics alike. It would go on to become the first non-Disney, non-Pixar property to win an Academy Award since 2006, and the last to hold that distinction until 2018.
I tip my hat to one legend to another.
2012, WreckIt Ralph. Speaking of indie treasures, Don Hertzfeldt's It's Such a Beautiful Day is as simple as it is profound. It's one of several contenders that would have been worthy of this spot, but WreckIt Ralph was 2012's most rewatchable animated feature.
It's amazing. Flattery don't charge these batteries, civilian.
The film's various Easter eggs and cameos are sure to inspire multiple viewings for video game lovers. How often do you see Bowser, Eggman, and M. Bison in the same room? What really keeps us coming back is the strength of the film's characters and world building.
What is this dump?
I think it's some sort of unfinished bonus level. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Gamers will appreciate the parallels between Ralph and Donkey Kong, who also turned out to be a not-so-bad guy.
I'm bad, and that's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one I'd rather be than me.
Even if you've never picked up a controller, you'll still be enchanted by the film's visuals, humor, and depth. 2013, Frozen. Between The Princess and the Frog and Tangled, Disney fairy tales were making a comeback by adding contemporary twists. Nothing could have prepared Disney, however, for the avalanche of acclaim that was Frozen. Watching this lovingly crafted feat of music and storytelling made us feel like Disney had officially recaptured the magic of their 90s renaissance.
Some people are worth melting for.
At the same time, Frozen brought Disney animation into the 21st century in ways that felt natural. With an emphasis on sisterly love, a self-aware sense of humor, and a princess who actually becomes a queen, the film marked a watershed moment for the Mouse House.
I knew you could do it.
Hands down, this is the best day of my life.
It did all of this while still delivering the lovable characters and enchanting songs that made the Disney brand perennial in the first place. 2014, The Lego Movie. After seeing Big Hero 6, we all wanted to cuddle up with a Baymax doll. Based on an iconic toy line, The Lego Movie also inspired plenty of merchandise. Those who were expecting a feature-length commercial were amazed to find just how funny, touching, and wise the film was.
The prophecy is made up, but it's also true. It's about all of us. Right now, it's about you. And you still can change everything.
Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Lego Movie works on two levels. Seeing familiar faces like Batman, Han Solo, and Gandalf together is sure to bring out one's inner child.
My fellow master builders, including, but not limited to, Robin Hood, Mermaid Lady, Gandalf, Swamp Creature, 1980-something Space Guy, 2002 NBA All-Stars, and Wonder Woman. You have traveled far to be here for a moment of great import.
Meanwhile, original characters like Emmett and Wildstyle have become new staples of childhood. Directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller pack in all the silliness one would anticipate while also weaving in poignant messages about creativity, challenging conformity, and communication between parents and children.
What I see are people inspired by each other and by you. People taking what you made and making something new out of it.
2015, Inside Out. While Anomalisa got inside our heads with its psychological themes, Inside Out literally took us inside a young person's mind. Pixar might not have been the first studio to play with the idea of personified emotions, but this premise had never before been executed with such vivid colors, inventive ideas, and identifiable characters.
Friendship Island is expanded. Glad they finally opened that friendly argument section.
I like Tragic Vampire Romance Island.
Fashion Island? Everyone shut up.
Boy Band Island. Hope that's just a phase.
Say what you want. I think it's all beautiful.
The story of an 11-year-old moving from Minnesota to San Francisco might not sound like anything special at first, But as is often the case with people going through a transitional period, there's a whirlwind of complex feelings to explore under the surface.
You need me to be happy, but I want my old friends and my hockey team. I want to go home.
As such, Inside Out is not only essential viewing for animation fans, but for anybody on the verge of growing up.
You made it! Go save Riley!
Take her to the moon for me.
2016, Your Name. Disney released a slew of instant classics in 2016, like Zootopia. Studio Laika also outdid themselves with Kubo and the Two Strings, which drew heavily from Japanese culture. Speaking of Japan, Makoto Shinkai is a name well worthy of comparison to Hayao Miyazaki and Satoshi Kon.
It was almost like seeing something out of a dream. Nothing more or less than a breathtaking view.
Shinkai has solidified his status as a modern master of animation, and Your Name is his finest film to date. Audiences fell in love with this innovative romance about two teenagers separated by distance, time, and logic.
I guess we won't meet. But there's one thing I'm certain of. If we see each other, we'll definitely know right away.
Will their connection triumph over these astronomical barriers? We won't dare give the answer away, but the journey and final destination couldn't be more gratifying. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely remember this movie's name.
Who did I come to see? Someone precious. Someone I don't want to forget. Someone I shouldn't.
2017, Coco. On that note, Coco is a name that will be remembered for some time, and not just because of that Oscar-winning song.
For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me.
This Pixar film is a love letter to the Day of the Dead and the beautiful country of Mexico. It's also about the universal language of music and how it connects us both in life and in death.
I wrote her a song once. We used to sing it every night, at the same time, no matter how far apart we were. What I wouldn't give to sing it to her one last time.
The film's toe-tapping soundtrack is matched by its visual splendor, painting a dazzling portrait of the afterlife that strangely feels livelier than real life. The film's themes of redemption, forgiveness, and the power of listening are sure to resonate with multiple generations. With Coco and The Breadwinner, 2017 was a truly great year for animated movies about the importance of family and culture. 2018, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. In an era full of superhero origin stories, team-ups, and heroes in general, you wouldn't think an animated Spider-Man movie would stick out. However, this masterstroke lives up to its tagline: what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man.
When do I know I'm Spider-Man?
You won't. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
What's up, danger?
Into the Spider-Verse manages to differ from all other incarnations of Spider-Man, while also being a celebration of everything Spidey.
I never thought I'd be able to do any of this stuff, but I can. Anyone can wear the mask. You could wear the mask. If you didn't know that before, I hope you do now.
While we all know the name Peter Parker, this film helped turn Miles Morales and several other lesser-known characters into pop culture icons. It did so with a strong emotional core, mind-blowing action, and a distinctive style that brings the comics to life in unprecedented ways.
You're not stopping. Not today.
I am stopping this. Right now.
Along with Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs, Into the Spider-Verse is a revelation of imagination and originality. 2019, Klaus. Although CG may rule the market nowadays, animation offers a wide palette of different techniques. Laika continues to evolve stop-motion animation with films like Missing Link. Meanwhile, Netflix has shined a spotlight on 2D methods with Zillam Animation's I Lost My Body and Sergio Pablo's Klaus.
This is a story about letters, and it began with this one.
Pablos worked on several traditionally animated Disney classics back in the 90s and early 2000s. The warmth of those films is present throughout Klaus, a movie that also brings out the warmth of the holidays.
What happened?
Not a word. You just sit there, be all magical and awesome.
Providing a unique backstory for Santa, this is a film that we can see many audiences revisiting every Christmas. Whether you watch it during the winter or the summer, you can appreciate Klaus year-round for its storybook aesthetic and message of goodwill.
A true, selfless act always sparks another.
Want more Mojo? Ms. Mojo produces original, high-quality pop culture-related videos on all your favorite movies and shows. Plus, celebrity news, fashion, lifestyle, and more.
Hey guys, it's Phoebe with Ms. Mojo.
My name is Sam.
My name is Eliza.
And I'm Emily.
I'm Rebecca, and welcome to Ms. Mojo.
If you want videos on all the best reality shows, teen dramas, Disney movies, and sitcoms, be sure to check out Ms. Mojo for new videos every day.
2020, Soul. Over the Moon was another winner for Netflix, but Pixar managed to touch our souls once again. On the animation front, Pixar is frequently regarded as the best of the best. While it may have been tempting to award our top spot to another studio, co-directors Pete Docter and Kemp Powers truly outdid themselves with Soul. Following its premiere at the BFI London Film Festival, the film was met with perfect scores from The Hollywood Reporter, The Guardian, and The Playlist.
Yes! Woohoo! You know what that's gonna say? Joe Gardner!
Much like Coco, the film provides a vivid portrayal of the afterlife, with music adding an essential component.
Music is all I think about. From the moment I wake up in the morning to the moment I fall asleep at night. I was born to play.
But Soul is just as much about the impact we leave on Earth and why life is worth living.
Okay, look, I already know everything about Earth, and I don't want anything to do with it.
You're missing out on the joys of life, like pizza.
With its soulful sound, diverse cast, and meaningful story, the film not only has the potential to change your perception of animation, but your entire worldview.
Life is full of possibilities. You just need to know where to look.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.